Hello everyone, my name is Anat. I'm a yoga teacher, a coach, a digital nomad, and in my most recent reel, besides this one, I shared a bit about knowing how you'd like to feel in life as a way you can achieve the things that you want and live an intentional life. In this video that I'm doing here, I wanted to share a bit more about this and basically share how your core desired feelings, understanding them, and then applying them to your everyday life can serve you in living with intention, living life of joy, life of bliss, and being a very useful tool for your everyday life. I got introduced to the concept of core desired feelings in a few layers. I first got introduced to the concept of deep innate human needs when I learned about nonviolent communication. And basically it means that every human being, no matter who we are, the same way that everybody needs air in order to live and water and food, we all also have emotional deep needs, such as feeling secure, being loved, have a sense of serenity. And those needs are shared between all human beings. Now, everybody has the same needs. For some of us, some may be more important than others. For some of us, the needs that are most prominent in our life will change through the years, and that's very normal. But we all have those. And the good news about those deep needs is that they can be met in a multiple ways, and very small things can help us feel feeling of security or feeling of love or feeling of serenity. So that was like the first introduction I had to the concept of like those feelings, those deep needs that want to be met in our day-to-day life. And if we can get them to have a way in which they feel like they are met, we can have a lot less conflict, we can have a more enjoyable life, and many, many things like that. The second time I was introduced to the concept of core desired feelings was in my yoga teacher training by Ashley Sunshine. She took influence from the work of Danielle Laporte. I'm not sure if this is how her name is pronounced, and I am dyslexic, so I'm not the best at this, but if anyone is interested, I will send you over like her name. And the concept behind core desired feelings is shifting our focus from things or milestones that we want to achieve to how will they make us feel and how we would like to feel in our life in general. The idea behind it is that when we achieve for anything in life, may it be a job, a specific type of partner, milestone in our personal hobby, whatever we are reaching for, we want that thing because we think it will serve us. We think it will make us more money. We think it will make us feel like we stepped up to a challenge. We think we'll feel like we'll have love. We think we'll be happy. And we want those things basically so we can feel a certain way. But the thing is, many times we want certain things, and when we actually get them, they do not give us the feeling we subconsciously wanted by reaching for those goals. And it certainly doesn't happen in everything we do in life, and not everything we want to achieve will be out of line with how we would like to feel. That is certainly not the case. But many times it's not taken into consideration if doing this thing will serve the way I want to feel in my everyday life. Core desired feeling, or working with core desired feeling, is a way in which we can make sure the things that we do are accurate for what we are looking for. They are accurate for how we would like to feel. They are accurate for how we would like to live our life. And it's a very powerful tool, especially for people who feel like they want to make a certain type of change or transition in their life, but they do not know how to take the first steps to make it happen. Instead of focusing on what are the actions that I need to take to make this change, it can be very helpful instead to focus on what are the things I can do that will help me feel the way I think this change will make me feel. And this way, your progress is way less, it feels like much less of a risk. It feels much more at ease to take steps, to make actions, and there is much more leeway for you in your personal life journey. So the reason I'm doing this whole video is because I use core desired feelings with my clients, and because I use it quite a lot, I created a workbook both in Hebrew and in English for people to use, and it has been on my mind quite a lot recently. And I use core desired feeling in my life periodically. So I did the last one just a few weeks ago. And before that, it was a few months. And before that, it was almost a year ago. But it's a really powerful tool. So I want to share from my experience on how the core desired feeling helped me. And that way also share with you how you can do it in your own life and try it out for yourself, see where it can lead you. So, gonna find a thing. So, there are obviously lots of ways where you can use core desired feelings. I'm going to share with you what I learned from my yoga teacher training, combined with some of the things that I knew already for nonviolent communication, and I brought both into the workbook that I share with my clients now. So if this is the first time you're doing core desired feeling, I would say the first thing you do is get connected with yourself. The best way that works for you may be meditation, may be walking in nature, may be having the time you have with yourself each morning with the coffee, and really get in tune with yourself and think, if time or money were not a limitation, what I would like to do, what I would be doing. And then maybe the thing that you're doing is sipping coconuts on the beach. And maybe the thing that you're doing is climbing Mount Everest. Or maybe the thing that you're doing is traveling around the world and seeing different cultures. And because that was the thing that I imagined when this question was asked of me. You take some time to have a picture of what you would have done if you had no limitation of time and money, what kind of life you would have lived, what would you do with your time. And then you ask yourself, why do I think I will do that? Because what will that thing bring me? Does it bring me security? Does it bring me sense of freedom? Does it give me a sense of purpose? Does it give me a sense of self-worth? And figure out with yourself, like, what is 1 to 3 major things that you are searching for by doing those things. Then you understand how you would like to feel every day in your life. Like, yes, if time and money were not a limitation, I will do this thing, but the way I want to feel is actually freedom. And the good news is the same thing I said about the nonviolent communication. There are millions of ways for us to meet our deep needs. So if I want to feel freedom, Maybe I don't have to travel around the world and visit each country, even though I'm doing that right now. But if I didn't have the partner that I have, I didn't have the means that I have today, there are other ways for me to feel freedom. For example, for me, freedom is choosing my schedule. So I could have transitioned to a job that allowed me to have more freedom with my free time and how much I work and how much I don't, even without traveling the world. Maybe to feel freedom, I want to do more of the things that I enjoy as hobbies. So I could have looked for a free yoga class I can enjoy, or webinars that interest me, or find an internship in something that piques my curiosity and I really want to dig into. That will also meet the need for freedom. If you know how you'd like to feel in your everyday life, then in the core desire feelings workbook, we will go over and scope our areas of life. And for each of them, we're going to do a bit of work to see what is the thing that I want to feel in this area of my life the most out of those 1, 2, 3 most deep feelings, or if it's something else, maybe it's something that is very specific to that life area. And that's perfectly okay. And you can also learn a lot from it. Like, the things that I really want in life is security, serenity, and freedom. But when it comes to relationship, I want love most of all. If that is something that comes up in your core desire feeling like map, that can be something that can really make you think. Ask yourself, like, why is this like this? And figure out your inner works. And it can be a very good self-learning experience. The areas of life are loosely split between about 5 areas, but those are like artificial lines. It's not like actually in real life those things are so separated. In fact, our life things are very much connected to one another, but taking them apart from each other is a way that helps our brain deal with different things and actually find strategies that will help us feel the way we want right now, which is super, super important, because we don't need to wait for anything in order to feel the way we want. We can get extreme joy from having a bite of good, delicious cake. And we can have an abundance of wonder and magical from seeing a work of art, of observing nature. And that is the really fun part, that we can feel the way we want every single day. We don't have to, of course, and life is also ups and downs, and it's not like we're going to have the perfect life every day, every second of our life. But we can take actions that will help us when we want to, when it's good for us, when it serves us. So the categories that we use in our yoga teacher training and I use in my workbook are creativity and learning, which is what are your hobbies, things you want to learn, things that pique your interest. There is relationships, relationship with myself, relationship with friends, relationship with loved ones like a partner or family. And if needs be, you can extend relationship to other things like my relationship with money, my relationship with work, my relationship with a country, my relationship with society, this and this, that. The point is using the prompts in a way that is useful for you. Then we have well-being of body, well-being of the mind, and we have like exercise in there and diet, and generally anything that is connected to your physical, mental, or emotional well-being will be under this like category of life area. And then we have essence and spirituality, which is soul, it's dharma, it's ikigai, it's self-study, it's the personal life journey we go through. In this category, I have to say, when I did it the first time, I didn't know what to put in it. And later on, it became one of the more dominant categories I have. I'm very content with it, but it's like, it's totally cool to use it however you want. Again, this is an exercise for you. The last category is the usually one that gets a lot of views because it encompasses two major things in human life, and it is lifestyle and livelihood. And under this, you'll have your career, your free time, what kind of life you want to live. So it's very broad, and there is a very good reason why livelihood and lifestyle are connected. And that is because in our modern day world, usually your job has a lot of influence in how your life looks and what type of free time you have and where you live and where you drive to. And because career or job or livelihood is such a huge part in our modern day life, it really shapes the type of lifestyle that we have. That's the reason those things are connected into one category. Of course, you can separate them if you want, but in my opinion, it's good to have this connection between the two because they are innately connected. So those are the 5 life areas that we have in life. And you can be more specific. You can go through all of them. You can choose one of them and go really deep. Like in relationship, you can do one for your relationship with yourself, one with your friends, and one with your family. You can have just your relationship with your partner. Do whatever you need to make this works for you. But in whatever life area you chose, if you're doing all of it, if you're doing just one specific thing inside a category, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to ask yourself, how would I like to feel in this life area? How would I like to feel when I wake up every morning and when I go to bed? What is the dominant feel-good feelings, the core desire, the deepest need that I would like to feel in this life area? And have it on a page. Write it down. See it with your eyes. See if you agree with it. Let it simmer. And then you're going to ask yourself, what are the things that I already have in my life, in this life area specifically, that support this feeling and I am grateful for having? So if I would like to feel loved in my life and I have the most amazing pet that makes me feel loved, then I can write this down. Like, I'm so grateful for my pet, for giving me unconditional love whenever I need it. And if the things that you're looking for, you want to feel security, and you have the most amazing connection with your dad, and he's your rock, he's your solid thing, you can always depend on your dad, then that is something to be grateful for. Like knowing that you always have someone you can go to with your problems, someone you can always lean on when things get tough. That is something to be grateful for and celebrate. And it's so nice to acknowledge the things that serve us. Practice of gratitude can bring us to a mind space that allows so many good things to come for us. It has been proven in countless studies as something that can really help our mental health. It brings our mind into a different perspective. We see things more positively. More things are possible when you go into a gratitude state of mind. And acknowledging the things that you have in life that serve this feeling that you want can help you bring more of them into surface. If I want to feel freedom, and I notice that when I go surfing, I feel the most free, then I don't have to go there just once a week. I can go and rent a board twice, 3 times, 4 times a week. I can maybe find a place where I can volunteer in teaching other people how to surf, and so I get more surfing time while not having to pay for it. And there's countless of other possibilities. But bringing those things into surface is like, oh, I really like this thing. I can have more of it. I can celebrate it more. So this is about celebrating what we already have. The next step will be to ask ourselves, what doesn't work for me at the moment and doesn't serve the way I want to feel and I would like to change. And that can be a relationship that's gone sour and takes out of you more than it gives and leaves you drained of energy. It can be a job where you don't feel like you're challenged, or you feel like you are not in the right spot and you don't get to shine. It can be a habit that you don't really like that you do, like nibbling on your fingernails or drinking very excessively on the weekends and leaving you with a terrible, terrible hangover every Sunday. And it's not something that you want to experience anymore. So put those things, write them out, see what they are, be honest with yourself. The last step is taking things from acknowledging things, thinking about them, having realizations about ourselves, having gratitude for things that we love in our life, things that we don't. The last step is taking all the knowledge we have acquired by this process and thinking what are the actions we can take. So the last step is to ask yourself, what are the things that I can do right now that will bring me more of the feeling that I desire? And it can be adding more of the things I love, having a conversation with the person that I feel I don't want to have in my life anymore, or not falling into aimless drama, or spending less time on my phone. And again, it's the endless possibility of what those things can be. And also think, what are the ways that you will be able to genuinely try to take those steps? Because I can say that I don't want to spend time on my phone anymore, but it's really hard to do in real life. And some people, they can just make a choice and make a change, and for them it's a done deal. Other people might need more help. We might need to challenge ourselves by saying, I want to challenge myself to spend 0 time on my phone that is entertainment based for the next week. Or you can ask for help from a friend. You do the buddy system. You say, if you see me on my phone, please ask me to put it down. Say pineapple, and that will be our code for your being on your phone. You told me you don't want to do it. Pineapple, put the phone down. And that's basically it. You figure out with yourself how you would like to feel every day. You break down the area of life you want to explore. You ask yourself how you want to feel in this specific life area. What are the things that are working for you and you're grateful for? What are things that don't work as well and you would like to change? And what are actions that you can take towards that goal? And I will give you an example on how I use it recently. So recently we've moved from South Africa, Cape Town, to Chiang Mai, Thailand. And in that change, our social environment changed a lot, because in Cape Town we lived in a co-living space. And I really enjoyed the co-living space in a way that supported my business, because I'm do one-on-one coaching sessions and life journeys. The company that I had around me meant I had lots of interesting people to learn about their life, and they get to learn about me and what I do and have trial sessions to see if we're a good match. But when we moved to Chiang Mai, we have quite a lot of the co-living experience, and we want to be just the two of us for a while. But the social environment that I had changed, and so the way in which I reach out to clients also changed. It was really jarring for me to have to kind of reinvent the way I approach creating clients. And so I took the core desired feeling workbook, and ask myself specifically in like livelihood and lifestyle group, like category, how would I like to feel? And I wanted to have more ease and more flow in my work process. I realized that what I want, it's not like that I need to be again in this environment of lots of people around me. I just want to have routines or methods or ways of doing things that help me feel like I have a steady flow of creating new clients in my business. I want this easiness, I want this flowiness. And I already got a feeling that I want to have processes that help me create it. But I dug a little deeper and I also asked, okay, what are the things that are working for me? And I realized that I really love the creation of the lifestyle that I have, and I'm very grateful for what I have created so far. And I said to myself that I really, really enjoy the work that I do with my one-on-one client in my workshops, and I really love the work that we do together. But the things that I would like to bring a change to is in the confidence I have in the processes that I have online. And then asking myself what I would like to do, so many ideas came to me. Like this idea of wanting to create a community, a way for me to keep in contact easily with people I connected with. And I feel like will be a super beautiful match by themselves, and like have something that can be a beautiful platform for human connection is something that I really want to create. And I also have like this thing that I want to create of a study group that has been an idea that I have with me for a few months now. And I want to revisit and see what will be the best way to bring it to life today. And I also looked at my own personal life and like how I come into a new space and how quickly I can get back into my routine even though I change homes, and what are the things that I can do to make it feel more seamless, like spending time in nature and kind of forcing myself to go to a thing that I know will ground me, like a yoga class, or intentionally like putting things that are home to me, that like my center, and intentionally bringing them out, giving the attention to them, have some sort of a ceremony with them. All different ideas that I have and I will continue to explore in the in the future. And it all came from checking with myself my core desired feeling, acknowledging the things that I love and the journey that I have been through so far. Using this as a source of energy for looking at the things that I would like to change and work better for me, and generating like options for action I can take. So I would really encourage you to try this tool for yourself. You can do it with just a pen and a paper in your own notebook and go through the stages. You can, of course, contact me if you'd like, and we can go through a core desires feeling session together, help you understand how you want to feel, go through your life areas that are most important to you. Or if you want, you can reach out and I can send you over the worksheet, the workbook that I created. So you can use that instead of remembering everything from the top of your head. And whatever you decide to do, whatever you feel like is accurate. I hope that at the very least you got curious about putting more attention to the way you would like to feel in your everyday life. And explore it. Have an open mind to the possibilities that it can come from having feelings as the outcome you look for. That's it for now, beautiful souls. I hope you're going to have a lovely day, intentional life, full of the way you would like to feel in your everyday life. Much love. Namaste.